was, what the fuck is going on up there? I'm gonna fucking flip out. Juan, estás aquí?
I'm coming.
Oh
I'm
my
coming.
God. Stonecutters episode 1. I'm the third.
I'm Juan.
Let's take care of business. All right. First episode topic is a big one. What do you think about the state of rock music today? I'll ask Juan. Go ahead. I'm just gonna drink.
Well, I feel that like the stance of rock music nowadays, rock bands are not being exposed
They're definitely not being exposed.
as much as they were in the past. I want to say like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I would say so because we have MTV, but what is it?
MTV.
And instead of music videos, it's we're ridiculousness all day long. Oh shit, Coco Chanel's gonna laugh for 5 hours straight.
That's true.
Oh my god,
That's true. 24 hours of ridiculousness.
And talk about MTV Live because I can't.
MTV Live, they don't really give us a lot of rock exposure. What they do is like 24 hours of MTV jams. So
Yeah.
we get like a lot of Travis
Right.
Scott.
And back in the day, it was like hour of rock, hour of the music of your people, hour of
techno,
rap.
pop.
And now it's just you going, oh Kanye, I'll come back later. You come back, oh it's Travis Scott, I'll come back later. Oh Kendrick Lamar. When did they ever play rock in this span of their airtime?
And if you're saying about MTV supposed to stand for music television, it should be every single genre.
It should be
Equal.
music first of all.
Exactly.
It should not be. I know I'm going into old shows, but it should not be stuff like 16 and Pregnant, Ridiculousness, which everyone loves.
Catfish.
They whack over.
Catfish.
I don't understand it.
Catfish.
Catfish. But it should be music. That was your brand.
Laguna Beach.
Laguna Bitch.
Laguna Beach.
That was a good one. No, that was
Lauren
the
Conrad.
No, that was the Hills. Wasn't
That
it?
was the Hills, yeah, but no,
That was
Laguna
the
Beach
Hills.
is what started like
Laguna Bitch.
yeah, Laguna Beach.
I love that. So
Yes.
what's tomorrow is the Grammys, and what we were discussing earlier when we were writing this episode, our writing process was us sitting at a table, being stupid. But we were
That's how
talking
we do
about
it,
how
because that's how Cutters does it.
we were talking about how rock is probably not gonna be mentioned.
I wanna
If they mention it, it's not gonna be aired.
I wanna challenge each and every one of you guys that have seen this episode to see if the Best Rock Album Award is being broadcast, or one of the rock categories, like Best Alternative, Best Group, Metal. There's never been a ceremony which any one of those awards have never been televised, and we want to know
Yeah.
why.
Rock might be televised. Metal is definitely not televised. It never has been. They do it before the show.
Those awards
Because
are
every
like,
year I remember, like I think one year Megadeth won, and they got their award at some really small private event that the Academy had just for the metal category because they're like, you're not important enough to be here.
pretty much we're just giving the award, at the local Arbys.
Yeah, at the local Arby's.
At the
Yeah,
local
You
Arby's.
get a free roast beef classic and
You get your
and
small
your
curly
photograph.
fry, yep, and
Yeah.
you get and on the side we'll just give you like the award. Can I even thank anybody? Is it even televised? No, there's nobody to thank.
And there's free promotion for Arby's now.
Yep.
Our roots. We always remember our roots. But and another thing we were bringing up is Metallica and rock acts, when they do get a platform, they always got to perform with a pop artist.
They always have to do some kind of merging.
Yeah, it can't just be Metallica.
And
Forget the Grammys for a second. I'm going off-road. I'm going road. Even the one Super Bowl, it was Red Hot Chili Peppers. Bruno Mars. Why can't it just be Red Hot Chili Peppers? And they didn't even play their instruments. It was pre-recorded.
I will even say to you, I was looking forward to that halftime show because I wanted to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers and not Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
And they gave me 3 minutes of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They come out, they start playing like
They did give it
and then
away.
all of a sudden he goes, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh no.
And you know what that means? Change channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
when we watched the Eagles Super Bowl, when Timberlake came on, we changed it to a Marilyn Manson video.
Yeah, we did that. It made sense.
It's
It made
true.
sense because I'm sorry,
we
but
love the Eagles, but we don't want to watch Justin Timberlake.
I'm sorry, but yeah, we do not like Justin Timberlake with his music abilities.
Maybe Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys is a lot
When
better.
he was a part of something.
We will always say that like the Backstreet Boys are way better than
Right.
NSYNC, and I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
But back to the main topic of musical decline is just there's no platform, and I was talking earlier about record companies back in the day used to have a really good system going where they had money and they would throw it at a band with a unique sound, like Marilyn Manson or Nirvana or Sublime, someone that had a weird sound.
When you were unique, when you were trying to do something different, they will actually give you the money.
I think everything's been done. There's no controversial bands anymore. You can do stuff on stage that's controversial, but there's no sound that's like, this has never been done before, because it's all been done by now.
The content of the music nowadays is not controversial anymore.
Right.
There's no way that you can actually be controversial because everything is out in the open. Everything is exposed.
My favorite band is Black Sabbath. When they hit in the 70s, all the parents thought that they were legit devil worshippers.
There's even cases that they went on trial for that, correct?
Yeah, well, Ozzy...
For the meaning of some of their songs.
No. Ozzy and Judas Priest had trials because they thought that... one kid was... And again, we just talk about whatever. One kid shot himself. And when his parents came into the room, they found a Judas Priest record on the turntable. Like, it just was playing when he did. So they said that there was they argued that there was a subliminal message in the last song on the album, and it was do it. Like they were saying. So they went to trial.
Do it.
And the lawyer was like, are there subliminal do-its in your song? They're like, no. They were kind of like laughing in court. They're like, no, we don't have anything in our record that would make... And they ruled in favor of Priest.
Just one little note on the side. What happened with Hulk Hogan on trial?
Oh, yeah. So you do not have a 7-inch penis? No, I do not. I do not have a 7-inch penis.
Well, yeah, going back to that, for example, like, and you know this a lot, Third, because you love this subject about controversial bands, or like at least the meaning of their songs affecting some events in the society. Columbine.
Oh,
who got trashed?
It's 20 years this
year.
Who
got trashed for Columbine?
Marilyn Manson.
Why did he get trashed for that?
Because the kids wore like one T-shirt of his one time, and actually it was all because of the media. There was nobody in the school said they were big Manson nuts. I think the way that those kids' messed up minds were, they probably viewed Manson as like some kind of sellout. They probably didn't like him. But Manson told Larry King one time, he was like, I remember when it happened, the first thing I heard on the news was kids in Marilyn Manson t-shirts shot up a school. And he was like, he thought that was the end of his career right there. Over nothing. They just wanted to pin it on
exactly
what was the trend at the time.
And that's the trend. For example, this is something that we are trying to make you guys see, that nowadays parents don't even really care about what their kids are listening, or the content in their own minds is not as bad, because like we don't see parents trying to sabotage concerts anymore.
No.
We just see the same people that they've been trying to do this 20 years ago. For example, when we went to Metallica 2 years ago...
There was a religious demonstration, a religious group there. We're not going to sit here and bash any particular belief, but they were there trying to still protest a band that we love, everyone else loves, but let's be fair. They're way past their prime. They're not that influential anymore. I can see where... When they were becoming popular, I can see where religious organizations would protest, like they are shaping music right now, they are influencing children, but now they're just, a household name,
They became a household name, exactly. They're background noise, exactly.
We still love them. We will listen to their new albums and stuff, but they're background noise now. So I did not see why they still had to protest a band that isn't doing much damage anymore.
And we are not trying to complain about that, but we're just saying like we don't see the same kind of actions taken to any rap artist, unless you remember them.
No, there's
in the 90s.
There's a rapper called Lil Uzi that loves Manson, and some of his fans have went to his shows with Bibles and threw them at him on stage because his rap lyrics are more satanic and dark than most. Because, and I'll give him credit, no other rapper has done that, has put like Manson-esque lyrics.
At
in his
least
rap.
that's doing what? Being unique.
Being unique, like we were just
Doing
talking.
something way different than everybody else is doing.
Because, by the way, this episode, and a lot of our episodes are going to be about rock. We do not hate rap. We actually like it. We listen to as much as we can, but not a lot of it catches our ear that much. So it's like, but for example, we will give credit to Lil Uzi and rappers like that who are doing something unique, because that's what we like to see.
We just love music, guys, but like our specialty, our main genre is just always been rock. That's how our friendship started, and we're always going to showcase rock. But we will have some times that we will mention other genres as
Because
well.
we've talked about seeing Eminem and Kanye live, but the tickets, like a nosebleed, is like $500, and that's just, we can't.
If we cannot afford it,
Unless Cutters becomes a franchise. And
which we will try.
merchandise.
Which we're in the process of that.
We will get there.
And we'll need your help for
We're
that.
just getting started, so watch, damn it.
Watch, damn it. But yeah, going on in the subject, we can also say that like a lot of bands have changed their style just to be more pop or just to fit in, just to be played in the radio.
Coldplay.
And that's one of the cases is Coldplay.
A disclaimer, I need to do this. Don't come at us in the comment section for complimenting Coldplay, which we are about to do. We know that they're an okay band, but their early work is good. That's what we're going to get into now. Parachutes.
Parachutes, it was a great album. It has like a lot of great songs.
It's
Like,
alternative rock.
it is alternative rock. They're actually what? Playing instruments.
That's all it was a U2-esque alternative rock.
Exactly.
And that's what it sounded like. They were playing their instruments. But when you go from those first two albums, and then you listen to like Sky Full of Stars or Paradise, you're like, this is not the same band. Some songs I listen to, I don't even think that they're playing their instruments. It sounds like it's all synthetic.
They
on
became more
machines.
like techno, yes. And
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need to make a sound and you want to use drum machines and synthesizers, you can do that. But we don't like it. We don't like Coldplay becoming that. We were never really big fans, but you know, we also are unconventional. So like, we don't like speed of sound. We think that's a bullshit sound.
I will say like the first two albums were great, really great rock, alternative rock albums. I really enjoyed both of them. But then X and Y came out, and then Speed of Sound. That's I'm sorry, it's a bullshit song.
That's their version of Beverly Hills.
It's such a bullshit song. And Fix You, a lot of people I know you like that song. It's just not. I just never been into that song. And when we go to Weezer, Beverly Hills is such a cold song.
Oh my God.
Everybody
Beverly Hills,
loves it.
Everyone loves it. It sucks.
But it's
And
just
then
a bullshit
they
song.
hate Island in the Sun. We love Island in the Sun.
Island in the Sun.
It's a legit song.
It is a legit song when you go to the beach.
When you go to the beach, the first
The
song.
first thing that you do.
People go, let's put on some music at the start. Okay. And then,
Yeah. So for that reason, I will say that like a lot of artists have switched their gears from moving from the really genre is, that is rock and roll, to be more pop-esque, just to be able to be played in the radio. But then, John, third, you can tell us what does Gene Simmons says about this.
Well, Gene Simmons had a very controversial opinion on the state of rock music, and I happen to agree with it. And a lot of people, they just hate Gene, because like, listen, I respect him because day one he went, I'm in this for the money. He didn't start the band and then sell out. He sold out day one. I kind of respect, because that's what he wants to do. So he said that the reason that older bands, just newer rock bands, the reason that they aren't selling records anymore and that they're not as popular is because of the fans. And I got to explain now. I'm a student. I'm around students all day. I work for the dining hall at my school. They will stand in my line and they're talking and they're like, Travis Scott's got a new album coming out. Kendrick's got a new album coming out tonight. I'm staying up till midnight to listen. you know, people walking, oh, did you hear so-and-so's got a new album coming out? I know, I already pre-ordered it. I see people, I didn't even know that they bought records. They're taking screenshots on their phone of the pre-orders for rap and pop albums. Rock fans don't do that. We go to so many concerts, we're standing next to strangers. It's like Marilyn Manson or something. They're like, yeah, I've been a Manson fan since before he even released his first album. Be like, oh, did you hear the new album? Oh, there's a new album?
Or like when
I'm not listening.
at the concert when he's playing the new songs,
Yeah.
like what is this crap? And
Yeah.
he's like, it's the new stuff.
It's the new song.
Do you know it?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, it's a bathroom break. So
Yeah, they don't pay attention. So I agree with Gene Simmons is that why is Taylor Swift? She's been around for years now. If she was a product, if she was a new product released by a company, she'd be past her maturity stage and on the decline.
Yes.
But she's still selling because the fans buy the merch, they buy the albums, no matter how bad or good it is. We're not going to comment on if they're bad or good, but no matter if it's good material or not, they go and they buy it, and she goes platinum every single time.
And then that's
But when you look at rock bands, you see the beginning platinum, double platinum, platinum, gold, and it just keeps declining.
silver, and then not even like.
Yeah,
then
not
then
even-
fans don't even know that they
Then
released a new album.
it doesn't even chart out of 100 albums after that.
I
Why do they stop? Why do pop and rap fans maintain their audience despite releasing whatever? They just forward out stuff, and they still will become platinum. They'll release the best stuff and become platinum. But rock fans, as soon as they release one bad album, it's done.
It's done.
Saint Anger, oh, we're all leaving.
Yep, you're sold out. I will always say what Jason Newsted said about that. When people accuse them of being sold out,
Yeah.
he said, "Yeah, we've sold out. We sold out every single arena that we played in." And I will say, one of the main ideas that we got before we start shooting this episode is that like rock fans they're not as passionate as like fans from any other genre.
Yeah.
You see, like, remember the Backstreet Boys in the 2000s, NSYNC,
Oh, yeah.
Britney, Christina, TRL, thousands, waves of people waiting for the new album, screaming.
Like the Beatles in the 60s, screaming for them to go on.
And for rock, you don't see that. You don't
Yeah.
see that type of
No.
passion.
In other countries, there's passion, but not in the U.S.
When you see a Guns N' Roses video third, what happens when you look at the comments on YouTube?
Well, I got to bring you in to translate because it's all in Spanish. So I go like Axel es bonito, and I'm like, Juan, what does this mean?
Yes.
And it's like, oh, and all them, a lot of rock fans in South America, a lot of rock fans in Europe, and the United States, no. But I was talking to Juan earlier when we were in the writers' room for this, and I said that it seems like every 30 years the musical landscape shifts.
Yep, there's
So like 60s, 70s, and 80s was big rock. There were some pop artists in there, but it was mainly rock on the charts. And then at the 90s with the hip hop explosion, NWA and groups like that,
pop explosion also.
that
Boy bands.
boy bands all went up and it stayed up. And now it's the 2010s. It's going to be 2020 soon. I'm thinking that there is going to be another shift in the landscape, and it's going to be bands like Greta Van Fleet and new bands like that that are going to be on the top of the charts.
And they're going to be the leaders of the new rock wave that
Yeah.
is going to take.
Because like everyone goes, you just want a rock revival because you don't like pop. I don't want a rock revival because I don't like pop. I know there's a rock revival coming based on the demographics from the past.
It's just based on the trends that like we've seen before. And like I said, every single genre has great artists, great performance. We just
Yeah.
happen to love rock better.
Right.
That's all it is.
We like pop artists. We love Dido. We
love Dido.
I like Adele.
We will say though that Dido was the first.
she
Adele.
was the first Adele. She was
For
the
many
original
of you
Adele.
that do not know who Dido is
Yeah.
the girl that was featured on Eminem's Stand.
Yeah, that's how I tell people.
That's why
They
she
go
was
like,
introduced to
They don't
American
know who
audiences.
she is, so I go, oh, Stan. She's the female voice, and they go, oh.
And Eminem sampled her by one of her songs, "Thank You." That's why.
But she was the original Adele, a girl from the UK.
Yes.
Sold so many albums here, but she had what happened to a lot of rock artists: good albums, good sales, and then just done.
Toilet. then you just go to catering. Like somebody else that I know says that a lot. I'm sorry, I will not use the expression again, but catering. It is true. So we think that also the lack of exposure, not passionate fans, that's one of the main reasons that a lot of people don't even want to try to have rock bands, or like if there is rock bands, they only stay in the indie stages.
Yeah.
They never break through.
Yeah, they don't
to
break
be
through,
mainstream.
but they do have passionate fans because they're not mainstream. So I know a lot of indie bands because I'm not from Philadelphia, but I'm around the area, and there's so many bands that are so underground in Philly, but their fan base is incredible. Like, it's not large, but it is incredible. Like,
or at least it will be loyal. It will be
the
extremely
way that
loyal.
they talk about this band is like they're talking about a spouse. It's just, and I kind of really enjoy that, but at the same time, because they're not in the mainstream, I've never heard of them.
And I will tell you, sir, one story that I think I already mentioned to you, and I will tell all our viewers. I was at a concert, and in this concert there was also a class about radio and how does like rock some stations get the genre of music. So I raised my hand and I said, how come I've never seen a heavy metal station? Alternative, completely alternative.
Yeah.
How come I never seen a station that only focuses on that?
Right.
And the answer from every single speaker, it was like, there's not enough market for that.
Yeah, because the market, and it used to be big. If you asked that question in 1985, there's a big heavy metal market. It's just shrunk. Almost down to nothing.
They just told me that there's not enough people that like the genre, so they can actually have a radio station based just on that. Whereas like pop and rap, there is many people that are fans of the genre, and that's why we have like radio stations that are focuses on both genres. So to me, it blew my mind. I didn't even think that like there was not enough rock fans, but sometimes we actually get criticized for liking rock.
Yeah.
You get that like, oh, I like Metallica, I like Marilyn Manson, and there's this turn around.
Oh yeah. Well,
You get stigmatized for that.
You say you like Marilyn Manson, all the females run away, but I won't ever stop liking it. The same thing with Rob Zombie.
And we will always
Because
support.
because they're horror. They're a little scary. Everyone, oh, you shoot up your school because you like Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie.
Yeah, but we always support from Marilyn Manson. Who are we always going to support?
We're always going to support Twiggy.
We're always going to support Twiggy.
We'll say it here. I don't care if we get into trouble. We don't think. You can look it up on yourself on Google. We don't think that Twiggy Ramirez did anything wrong. We think that story is probably fabricated.
Yes.
By someone whose income is $2 probably
Mm-hmm.
now. So, we can elaborate more when we do an uncensored episode, but we do not think Twiggy did anything wrong, and we're going to support Twiggy Ramirez, Marilyn Manson, Perfect Circle, all day long.
We will have some episodes on that. For now, we're just gonna mention it. It's just planting seeds for more Stonecutters for you guys. I know you like them. So that's our definition of what's going on in the rock world.
It was a combination of fans' attitudes towards. Okay.
One, two, three.
The decline of rock today, we feel, is a combination of fans' attitudes towards new music from bands they claim they love. It's record companies not investing enough money into unique bands. But to be fair, there's not enough unique bands anymore.
That's true. That's true. I completely agree with that.
And it's exposure. There's no exposure. There's no MTV anymore. You got to go to YouTube to find music videos.
Exactly.
And I think those three things are the main reason that rock is on the decline.
The disappearance of a lot of record stores.
Oh,
There's not that phenomena, that practice that we used to have when we were a lot younger. Go to the record store, buy your favorite album.
Right, because physical album sales are on the decline. Although vinyl has risen, but CDs have dropped.
And I will tell you why vinyl has risen, because people
nostalgia.
love nostalgia bandwagon. They love to just how it used to be.
I'm
before.
guilty of that. I'm guilty of I see a VHS tape and I'm like, I should start collecting them.
It's a lot of that.
That's just because it brings back a good feeling. You know.
And it brings you a memory that how you play music back in the day, when it was not as accessible as it is nowadays.
Yeah.
So I feel that, like, also, just to conclude this episode, I will say that, like, some deaths in rock music of important singers
Yeah.
have
Chester
affected.
Bennington, Chris Cornell.
Yeah, like 2
notable
years ago,
ones.
very notable, have affected, like, the impact or the, I would say the,
Like if you listen to rock, you're depressed.
Yes.
Because all of these people in rock have died, self-inflicted, gunshot wound, suicide. You know.
the connotation of, like, if you love rock music, you're depressed, or you just have mental issues,
Right.
or you just don't appreciate life, which is not really the reason why we love rock.
Our best moments in life is when we're at a concert, a rock concert.
It
It's the
is
most
very
fun.
true, because, like, for example, we would just want to say, from a musical perspective, rock music, you need every single instrument.
Yeah.
You are a performer.
Right.
You are an artist, and you have a skill that you're showcasing to the world. And I'm not saying that rap is not a genre that you don't show any kind of skill, but I'm just saying that if you're able to perform and play an instrument, that makes you a higher level performer in my eyes.
I totally agree.
So we just would like your thoughts. Please let us know how you're feeling about it. You can agree, you can disagree. We're always open to discussion. So we would like to thank all of you for watching this first episode of Stonecutters.
Watch, damn it.
Third one, and we'll see you soon. Watch the Grammys.
I'll follow the third. I'll follow the third, but not that hard. Anywhere you go, I'll follow the third. I'll follow him down, but not that far.